bit early. We're going to chat. Do you have 2 songs you want to do?
We have 2. We have 2. Yeah.
So why don't we do chat, song, close it out.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That works.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
I'll see
So
you guys.
you should log out and then log back in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Now, are you going to be on also?
No.
Is it gonna be a duo? No, not at all. Okay.
Sorry, no NFT talk tonight, Scott.
Oh, no NFT talk. We got to talk NFTs.
Well, I'll connect you with Alfredo.
I know. I'm just
All
saying.
right, so cool.
That's the shit we got to teach people right now.
Hey, you already know. You got it. All right, Scott. See you guys.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Okay.
Cool.
Is Perkins coming?
All right, we're getting ready to go. Perkins is probably getting Eden a passport, so we don't think he'll be here.
Oh, okay.
We're live, you guys. We're live on YouTube.
Live. See,
Live.
I'm pinching myself. I am alive.
We've been live since when?
Are we
We're
live
live.
yet?
Yep, we're live.
Oh,
yet.
really? This has
Still
been
live
live
and
for a
well.
while, apparently. Mark's
Oh
telling me.
yeah. We know how that goes. We know how that goes. All that banter will be all over.
Let's
No,
see.
we were pretty PG, if I recall.
That's right. Other than
For the
Norwood.
most part.
I miss
What
you
Norwood
guys.
was doing. My God.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're live. We're live. We're going. We're happening.
Oh, we
Got my little
On both?
Maddie's
On
here with me.
Facebook? Are we live
Oh
on
wait,
both?
live.
Sheila,
Be right
Sheila,
back.
show me my little buddy.
I know. Come here, baby. Say
I'll be
hi.
right back.
Say hi.
Go ahead,
Get him
start.
to talk. He'll talk. He's a talker.
Who's that? That's Kenny. That's Kenny. That's your buddy. He hasn't been here yet.
Tell me when we're actually live.
He hasn't been here in a while.
And when I say
Yeah.
actually live, I mean live on Facebook. I know we're live on YouTube. We know that.
Right,
we know
right,
we've
we're
been live on YouTube for a
That's
bit.
right.
You got a little backstage, beyond backstage moment
Yeah.
with Hymn Marley.
Oh, you.
And now we're going to start the show.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
All right.
Here we
Is
go.
that Facebook or YouTube, Mark? All right, you guys, I'm saying goodbye to Mark, and we are going to start the show
Bye, Mark.
right now. Here we go.
Let's do it.
The Rock and Talk Show, Beyond Backstage, with your hosts, Norwood Fisher, Kenny Olson, Scott Page, Stephen Perkins, Sheila Conlon, and David Moss.
And welcome to the Rock and Talk Show. Rock and Talk Show number 60. I'm the Moss Man. It's hard to believe we've done 60 shows
Crazy.
already. Like, it's crazy. I'm the Moss Man. Let me introduce my co-hosts. We've got Sheila Conlon over here from the Conlon Company, finally back home. Maybe she's not even home. I'm not sure where you are.
I'm home. I'm home.
We've got Scotty Page from Pink Floyd over here,
Oh,
Norwood
I'm home.
Fisher from Fishbone, and the legendary guitarist Kenny Olson, formerly of Kid Rock and Experience Hendrix.
Yep.
We're missing our brother Steven, who's taking care of some family business prior to his Jane's Addiction tour. And this is the bi-weekly show that dives deep into the entertainment industry, the business of it, the culture, the stories, and everything in between. And here we are. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Did we
Great,
introduce
great, great.
Norwood?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I missed
But
that.
Sheila, you got to pay attention or we're going to have to move you to the bottom of the
I
squares.
I know.
Can't you tell Norwood's yachting? He's yachting.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
Nor-
yachting.
Yachting.
Look
Where
at that.
are you, Norwood? Let's go there.
Yes.
Yeah,
let's get-
Redondo Beach, just hanging in the bay.
Do it.
You look amazing. This suits you well.
Yeah, it feels good. It's we sitting on the dock of the bay kind of vibe,
Oh yeah.
watching
Nice.
Watching the tide roll away.
Roll away.
Yeah. And then Kenny
Yeah.
Olson, where are you, Kenny Olson?
I'm up here in Traverse City, Michigan right now. My getaway place up here, out in the woods on the water as well. But we had a little bit of a rainy day today, but the weather's been great, up until today. But I guess they needed some rain.
I want to just sort of get right to it because people are expecting a certain show tonight and it's not what people are expecting. So Kenny, why don't you sort of talk a little bit about what's going on and why our show is going to be a little bit different than what we expected?
Well, our dear friend Dave Spero, is amazing person. I can't say enough good things, and what he's done for me through my career as well, and people he's connected me with, has been a blessing. So I was looking forward to him being on, and he was looking forward to being on the show. He has a book that tells all these stories. I mean, Dave is so loved by so many people, and his resume of what he's done and who he's managed and everything, and then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, his history is amazing. And the people that love him, when I'm with Dave, you never know, you could be with Keith Richards or Nancy Sinatra, you never know. Dave's one of those amazing people, but unfortunately the old COVID has came into Dave's life in the last couple of days. And today when I talked to him, it was hard for him to talk. I think he's going to get better and all that, but
rough day for
down
Dave.
for the comfort.
Yeah.
He was not sitting upright. He would have had to do the show laying down, but he really looks forward to us having him come back soon. So
Perfect.
Great.
Well, we wish Dave well and a speedy recovery, and we're all sending love and fast healing, and you got this, and we just can't wait to have you when you're back and healthy. So
Exactly. So yeah, he's going to come back, and I can't wait to dive into that book. That looks amazing.
A lot of history there, right, to go through.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
well, we got it. We sent it to us, and I just haven't had a chance to start it yet, but I intend to read it like
the people's
probably
careers
starting in the next day.
Yep. Hey, and one of the things I also wanted to do, since we haven't done yet. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, to give, like, when we're having Dave on the show in the future, I mean, when you hear those infamous stories of Joe Walsh back in the day and all these things, it'll be fun to have him. I mean, like Sheila was saying, the book is going to have the stories in this book and what he has witnessed in his life are pretty incredible. So we will definitely,
Kenny,
really
you didn't see while you were talking, I was showing some pictures of Dave with Elton John and Steven Tyler, and I forgot who the other one was, but I showed a few pictures of Dave and Dickie Betts. So
Dickie Betts, yeah.
So there you go.
My ex-father-in-law.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, my future father-in-law. What am I saying? What am I saying? My future father-in-law.
Sheila loves that Dwayne.
Dwayne is my boyfriend to be in the future. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Your future ex-husband.
Yeah, exactly.
So hey, before we go any further, I really wanted to throw out too, man. Our last show was awesome. For me, it was like I got to hang with two of my heroes, a brand new hero and an older hero. It was a fantastic show. We had Jackson Brown on, who was just incredible to hear his stories, and Tal Wakenfield, who is like one of the great rising stars in this space. Like, I mean, she's extraordinary, playing with Jeff Beck and all those people she's played.
Chick Corea. Yeah.
I mean, just think, man, at that age,
Brothers, Vinny Colaiuta.
I mean, just to be able to play with those guys, be good enough to do that stuff is crazy cool. So
I'm not sure it's fair to call her a rising star. I think she's pretty much there.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty much there.
Yeah, I'm saying she's going to blow up. She's going to blow up.
They're saying that she's still. I would say she has not fully. She's arrived as a talent, but her star is rising.
That's a good, fair statement.
Yeah.
She is. Yeah, she's so talented in so many ways. It's
and how cool that she and Jackson, how they met and how close they are. and how he's been such a great mentor to her. And
Yeah.
to hear her say that she has like 8 of his guitars, 5
Yeah.
of his guitars, something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty damn cool.
I like the story where she said that every time she writes a song, that's where she goes to him. Can you imagine having Jackson Brown as your like,
Your
the
sounding
person you
board.
get to throw your lyrics at and say, you know, hey Jackson, got any thoughts? I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. I want to see if it works for me.
Well, now that you're yachting,
Yes.
Norwood, I'm sure Jackson would love to
that's
hear
true.
some of
Well,
your
you know,
stuff.
I will ask him if he wants to go surfing, and we'll see.
Yeah, I know you got that.
Well, he's got his bursitis, so that's his
Oh
only.
yeah, that's right.
You
He
know,
won't be paddling.
he's
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, water heals everything, and surfing
true.
is so good for the soul. So you
Absolutely.
never know. It could be a good thing.
Yep.
So
I
basically,
wanna be there for
also,
that one.
I also, so because we're lacking Dave Spero tonight, our musical guest is Hymn Marley, which he's going to be joining us a little sooner than he normally would. But in the meantime, you're going to be stuck with us sort of talking over each other for the next 20 minutes.
Wait,
'Cause that's what we like to do.
What?
What?
Says- what did you say, Dave?
Wait, what did you say?
What was that, Chris? Yeah. So how is everybody, man? What's been going on? Sheila, tell us about your adventures. What's happening?
Oh my gosh. Well, obviously, Scott, I was with you for almost a week in Denver.
Future Shake.
And
360.
that
was
was
good.
Amazing and a great event.
You killed it too. I'm going to say it right here. You killed that conference and made that thing happen. I'm telling you, without Sheila Conlon, that thing would not have happened like it did. You are a monster, and you completely.
Thank you.
Everybody was like, that was the best conference they'd ever been to. And I'm just throwing my freaking 2-cent. Girl, you were the one that I'm not confused on how that went down.
Well, it was a challenge, but you know what? Our vision did come through.
Yep.
It was intimate. It was like a summit. It was different than any other type of NFT Web3 metaverse conference. And so, yeah, I was thrilled.
You know, staying in the 4C, everybody's staying in the 4 Seasons and living large. It was very cush too.
The food was amazing. The
unbelievable.
conversations, the networking, everything went really well.
How was the tequila?
The tequila was good.
Do we have tequila? I don't remember having tequila.
Oh, well, I did.
I didn't have tequila there. That was back in Cabo.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, even though it was an amazing event, that was the weekend that my friend passed away in New York. And because, you know, I'd been dealing with that.
Yep.
And so that was very sad and had to run a show while that was happening. Fortunately for me, my son was there. Jack was working with me. And so that was a lot of comfort and a lot of help.
And he's great. He kicked ass. Guys, I'm telling you, man, her son, you taught him good, and his friend, they were stars at this event, man. People, everybody, man. They just made stuff happen, always had a smile on their face, would always give up their seat for someone else. I mean, it was like crazy cool. So good job, Sheila.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you. I know I'm going to
First time to work with him.
I'm keeping him around.
Raise his allowance.
That's it.
Yeah.
Raise that line.
Raise.
Well,
I'm
don't
happy
want-
now he's a big part of the NFT community too. So we've sucked him into the space now.
Well, even this event, they're making him the face of FS360. You can see his TikToks, his videos, his charismatic, I guess, personality.
Yep.
He was like, you know, Mr. FS360. So that was great. But then after that, I flew to New York. You know, dealt with a lot of that. Again, it's always great to be in New York. That was amazing. Under whatever circumstances. You know, and then from there, my sister came out to LA for her birthday and got to spend some great time with her and my cousins. And then just recently, I mean, this is crazy. Scott, you met Jeff Burham, right? Jeff?
Yep.
Okay, so he calls me up. He goes, all right, I need you to go on this site visit to Calico, this ghost town up near Barstow. And I'm like, all right, I'll be there. I'll help you, advise you through this show that you're doing, blah, blah, blah. So he sends, the helicopter did not come to my house. I had to drive to the helicopter, but it was this beautiful, like limousine in the sky, a Sikorsky, I think 6'7".
Wow.
We fly to Calico, which is near Barstow. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy weird. And then we get off the helicopter, drive way up into these mountains. Now, this is where back in the 1800s, where the wagons were going, and the mining, the mines, the silver mines. So the guy who created Knott's Berry Farm, I forget his name, something Knott. He created this little town.
Don Knotts.
It wasn't Don Knotts. It was like a Wayne Knotts or whatever. So it's this beautiful little ghost town. And so all this is like, okay, but we're going to scout and go through all the mines. I am so claustrophobic, so crazy, but I put on the hard hat. When I had there was about 7-8 guys with me, and we went down. I went down 3 mines, like so far down in these tiny little crawl spaces and down. It was absolutely beautiful, but scary. Yeah, it was weird. So anyway, that was my
What an
adventure.
experience.
Have any of you ever been in a mine before besides Sheila?
No.
Hell no.
So I have a mine story also. I was in Austria, and we went over into the Bavarian Alps, and they have these salt mine tours, which are like you go 1,000 feet underground, and there's lakes underground, there's canyons, and it was the most, and they take a little train in, and then you hike, and it's crazy, it's gnarly. It's
okay,
like
but your
under
thing
the
is
earth.
Your thing is all beautiful and done and cured. This is like nobody's allowed in there.
Wow,
Like
that's
we
amazing.
were in there, and then also we are on the fault line of the earthquakes, and actually saw how they split off.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
and why did you go? The question I'm having is, what got you to take this limousine out there to go down?
Got a new series that's going to be in the mines.
In that mine. Why were you in that mine?
It's a TV show in development. About I can't talk too much about it because it's really just the beginning stages of it. But of course, I'm going to be producing and doing the
Walter
casting.
Knott, by the way, I looked it up.
Walter Knott, thank you, Walter Knott. He created this little town. It's adorable. But it's about, so I have to experience it if I'm going to bring anybody in, or number one, if I'm going to believe in any project I'm going to do, I have to know it inside and out, right? And so we had one of the guys who basically owns part of this town and the history of this town, and the coolest dude. We were doing candles, and then he was doing the old-fashioned thing that they used to put water in. I forget what it's called to light it. I mean, I'm telling you, it was intense. There was a part that I sat down, we got to a place, and I was just like,
to breathe.
No, I could breathe because it was cool underground. It's very cool. It's like 50, 60 degrees. But I was like, I'm hearing things. Someone's in here. There's something happening. And, there's only one way in and one way out. And it's bizarre. I mean, we did have to crawl through tiny things. And
she's a method producer.
Wow. That's amazing. That sounds awesome, actually.
Oh, there you
sounds
go.
That
really
does sound
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
But
So
Moss
go
his
ahead.
name's not Walter though, Moss.
What is
It's
it?
not Walter Knott. It's D's.
These nuts.
It's not.
Oh my God, the poor people listening to this show tonight. I'm just telling
God. Norwood.
Yeah,
you just
man.
did some shows with George Clinton.
I just got back from my George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic summer vacation. And
Like Norwood, talk about that, because you're playing with the dude. You're out with the crew on the mother ship.
the summer started with me getting a call going come and fill in, right? And that was spectacular, and intimidating, and one of the biggest honors and full circle moments of my life. I'm gonna just say, it is probably I'm sure it's 50 years ago, somewhere around the time that I got the call and now, that I first heard Funkadelic as a 6-year-old about to turn 7. And so it's full circle for me, and my favorite music comes from that camp. So And
Talk about it for people,
Yeah.
for people that aren't connected to Funkadelic. I mean, all of us, but talk about how important they are and what makes them so special.
So unique, right?
On a personal level, right? Just like I'm this kid whose my cousin Bud Husband came over and he asked my mother could he play these Funkadelic albums on her stereo because his mother said they was too nasty. And my mother said yes. And me and my brother, I'm 6, he's 4. You know, he dropped the needle, and the first lyric is, "If you will suck my soul, I will lick your funky emotion." And we ding, 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 ding. What the hell is that?
Ooh, I like that.
And you know, that was one album. That's the self-titled, the first lyric in the first Funkadelic album. And then the other album was America Eats Its Young, which is the 50th anniversary of that. And America Eats Its Young has a scary album cover for a little kid with the Statue of Liberty eating baby parts. And and then eventually comes this song called "I Call My Baby Pussy," and it's like I'm like, oh, something's like, one, they scary, and ooh, they nasty for real, right? So I was intrigued, and that became my favorite music as a young child, right? And they were counterculture as can be. It was in line with adult comics of, you know, 60s drug culture. You know, it was like, you know, like the art of Funkadelic is its own universe unto itself, and it's counterculture, and it was like back then it was spooky, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, eventually, you know, George Clinton became this black man with a spaceship. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, by the time I got old enough to begin to go to shows, like you know, like I saw the Mothership Land, which at the Los Angeles Sports Arena, sold out, right? And the next time I saw him was I was fully invested in this music as a fan. By 1979, the Funk Festival at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum was like 65,000 people in the Coliseum at this gigantic festival that they headlined with Bootsy Collins, Rick James, the Bar-Kays, Mother's Finest, a whole bunch of bands. And it was like, and actually 99.9% of the people there was Black. It was an amazing event, you know? So, and then I get older, and the week that Fishbone plays our first show is they do a show at the Beverly Theater. They did 5 shows in 3 days, and we bought tickets to one and snuck in to 2 others. And
you hoodlum you.
And like, this is all a Fishbone. And we waited outside to meet George Clinton and Bootsy, and out comes, and actually we met Brian O'Neill from the Busboys and Nina Hagen.
Whoa,
like
Nina Hagen, that's a different.
Right, and we befriended Nina Hagen. Like, I used to talk to her on the phone and stuff. She talked about going to the desert to meet the spaceships and whatnot. Right, so, but we waited out. We met the band. We met Bootsy's brother, Catfish. We met Michael Clip Payne and a bunch of the other guys, and they invited us to the hotel. We went to the hotel, the Chateau Marmont, I believe.
Yeah.
And we hung out with the band at the hotel. Rodney Skeet Curtis was the bassist, and Dennis Chambers was the drummer. That's
Damn.
like biggest influences on me and my brother. And, you know, like, you know, probably a week later, I met George's son, Trelude, and, you know, funk became family. Because ultimately, when I met Flea, he was like, I like the Ohio players. I'm like, you need to check out Funkadelic. And that led to them getting with
George Clinton producing them. Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that's a trip.
And
That's
so
Billy
the first
Billy
time I
Bass
actually
Nelson.
first time I actually met George Clinton was at Flea's 25th birthday party at his mom's house.
Wow.
Right. And George goes like, oh yeah, my son Tracy, he told me about y'all Fishbone. I know what's up. But you know,
Oh my God, I just have to ask, his son's name was Trelude? Like
Trelude. Yeah, like Quaalude, yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember when I was gonna say, Norwood, did I ever tell you the story about when me and Gabe Gonzalez, a drummer friend of me in Norwood's from way back and part of the whole P-Funk family, and we were in his grandma's basement, and we were just him and I were just down there writing. We were just young, I don't know, like 19, 20 years old, whatever. And George Clinton, you know, called Gabe. And he's like, I need you to go to the airport and pick up Eddie Hazel. And I'm just sitting there like looking at Gabe. He's like, well, guess what? We got to go pick up Eddie Hazel at the airport. And I'm like this young, you know, like that was when we listened to Maggot Brain and Hendrix and all this stuff and just feel like, yeah. And I'm like, and we went there and we picked him up. He didn't know where his shoes were. It was he flew in from New York and landed in Detroit.
God, he was first class, living it up. Lost his shoes.
And he didn't know whether he lost him in Detroit or if he lost him in, I think, New Jersey where he flew out. But I was just sitting there, like, gave him the front seat and I just get in the back seat. And I'm just like, this is so cool. You know, it's like, I'm sitting there in a car with Eddie Hazel with one of my dear close best friends, a drummer. And we're just like, it was, yeah. It was,
Norwood, like one of those moments.
Norwood.
So we did other than the show that I went in to fill in for the bassist Lige Curry, who had, you know, some of the band got COVID and was stuck in London. So I went to fill in. And so other than that, Fishbone did 4 shows with George Clinton this summer. And it's always incredible, always an honor. And but speaking of Gabe Gonzalez, Tuesday afternoon, I get a call. Gabe's in Los Angeles. What? The 420 Funk Mob, Michael Clip Payne, who you know, I've known since 1983, standing outside of the Atomic Dog tour. Michael Clip Payne, Michael Hampton, Garrett Scheider, Danny Bedrosian on keys, Gabe Gonzalez on drums, and a you know, a few of the other cats did a show playing all these ultra rare P-Funk songs and some other things as the 420 Funk Mob.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I got my final dose after, because Fishbone just came back from Japan. I woke up in Osaka on Monday morning, and Tuesday night, I'm at the Whiskey a Go-Go.
That's awesome.
Dude, did you have your shoes? Awesome. Did you have your shoes?
And I'm guessing you slept the whole flight.
No, I didn't.
Exactly. I mean, Norwood is like, I'm telling you, he's the greatest road dog I've ever seen in my life. We did Budapest, right? When we did Think, we went there to Budapest. Norwood, you finished your freaking Fishbone gig. You flew, got on the plane. You flew to Budapest. You did our show that night, turned around, got on the plane, and came all the way.
And remember you and I.
And you slept the entire way.
He's sound asleep, and Scott and I are looking at each other like, "How can you do that?
How can you do that?"
Hey, you guys, guess where I am? I got something I want to share.
Wait. Let me go one more thing, but it was brutal. We did 3 shows in Japan, right? The first show was with the Tokyo Sky Paradise Orchestra opening for Fishbone.
Wow.
This band is incredible. I believe they closed the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
the Olympics that were just in Japan, I think they actually play like arenas and stadiums and whatnot. They just gave us love, and they don't have to open for Fishbone. I don't think. And so the first night in Tokyo, we did a show with them. It was an amazing show. And the next 2 nights was a festival called Summer Sonic, which was incredible. And I got to see the Linda Lindas.
Oh,
wow.
I love them. I love them.
Yeah, we all do. We want to have them on.
Oh, I have a total connection with them.
I can't
even believe. Yes,
Like
they're
they
on.
are
We
the
need to have them
future.
on.
They are, huh?
That was the highlight, was seeing the last song of the set, the Linda Lindas.
I sent you. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
I sent you guys their link like about 2-3 months ago, and I'm like, they're fabulous. These women are fabulous.
They're
Wow.
beyond worthy. Like the youngest one just turned 12. I think the oldest one might be 17. They're insanely amazing.
Wow. Got to check them out. Definitely.
That is so cool. All right, I'll resend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my good friend, well, Kenny, you know him, David Ferraria, who is the lawyer for Billie Eilish. He represents them.
Yep.
Got to get them on. One of my favorite
man.
things that happened in music recently.
Nice. Well, Norwood,
listen.
that was a great story, brother. All that whole thing was fantastic.
That was epic. I mean,
That was
that's
epic,
epic. That's like royalty right there.
But
That's
Norwood has had that torch passed to him. I mean, I've been, blessed to play with some of the, the guys and the people like Bootsy or Billy Bass or even Flea. Everybody, the respect that Norwood has in the whole family. It's like, I mean, I've known Norwood and I've been friends for a long, long time. And that was one of the things when I moved to LA in the late 80s, and there is like, everybody go find Norwood, go meet, you and Norwood, we got to become friends. And
he's a one of a kind, that lad.
I've seen him connect and just make so many beautiful things happen, but go up there and just really just bring it. I mean, Norwood, you're a legend. You're my brother.
Legendary.
You're legendary.
And here's, I gotta bring this up.
Opportunities.
Go, Scott.
Are we
really
talking over each other again? Are we doing that? Are we doing that?
See, what we don't do on this show is talk over each other. So, but Norwood, I can't believe it. I saw I've known you now, I don't know how many years, and I've never seen you in pants. I've always seen you in shorts. And that show in Japan, I think it was, I was looking at a clip, you had pants on.
No, they were just long shorts, Scott. Long
no
shorts.
Way. I saw
you guys know how long Norwood and I've known each other?
No way.
We went to high school together.
Yeah. Hamilton.
You guys graduated a couple years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you guys, real quickly, because I want to bring our guests in, but I also want to talk about where I'm at, because I'm not at home.
Yes.
I'm over here at Brad Franklin's house. Say hello to Brad.
How you guys doing?
Hello, Brad.
Up on the Strand. We're up in Port Hueneme, and I'm here in Port Hueneme because this weekend is the big Hueneme Beach Fest that I'm producing the main stage for, and you guys played it last year.
So how can you top what we did? I mean, I don't know how you could.
I mean, I don't know. Let's take a walk down memory lane just for the hell of it. I mean, look at that. There's Scotty on the big screen.
I love it.
Yeah.
One of the most classic sax solos in all of rock and roll. Look at this. There you go. What's going on? Derek Day out in the crowd. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
We gotta love Derek Day.
Oh, dude, I love love that boy.
We
I love
gotta
that boy.
love Derek Day. Derek Day is loving life right now. Also
he
out on the
is.
road
Killing
on
it.
the
So happy
on
to
the
bring
Def Leppard and Motley Crue and Joan Jett and Poison and just killing it, having a
I
tour.
bet
But
he's
anyways,
I bet he's one of the most loved people on that entire tour.
this weekend is the Wanimi Beach Fest number 2. And I've got, sadly, you guys won't be there this year, but I mean, maybe you guys
Maybe
should all
next year.
come. Sheila's going to come up.
Come.
You guys should come up and hang if you want, because I have some badass music lined up. On Saturday, I've got the Taylor Saxon Band.
Okay.
And we all know Taylor from Ali, and basically same manager as Derek Day. And Miles Schoen is going to be playing guitar with Taylor and her band. Cool. Then we have the Twisted Gypsies, which are a touring, really badass Fleetwood Mac cover band. Then I've got the New Orleans Suspects, who headlined the Jazz Fest main stage last year at Jazz Fest, coming in from New Orleans. And on Sunday, we've got Beebs Money in the morning kicking it off. Then we've got one of the greatest bands literally of all time. We have the OG, the Phantom Blues Band, which is Johnny Lee Shell, who we had on our show, Tony Brownagle.
Yeah.
The late Mike Finnegan was part of the Phantom Blues Band.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be just killing it. And then to close it out on Sunday night, we have Nikki Glaspie and the Nth Power. And Nikki, for those that don't know, Nikki
was on our show.
Nikki was on our show.
Nikki's our homegirl.
And
that's going to be a great Sunday. Is going to be.
It's going to be great. So everybody should come on out. But listen,
wait real quick. I was going to, well, I've in the midst of all these shows that I've been, in my little run here, I wanted to tell the other day, it was a fun surprise. My buddy, Wayne Kramer was in town, and he was doing a show, and we went up, and he called me up to kick out the jams with him at the end of the night for his unexpected, and
nice.
A Detroit moment to go up there, and he just looked at me, wouldn't even tell me what song we're doing, like what key is it in? He's like E. And all of a sudden he just went, it's time to kick out.
I love that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
and I was like, cool. I get to play kick out the jams with my brother Wayne.
Nice.
That was
for a Detroit thing. That's it's a Detroit
and Wayne
thing.
does a real cool program with guitars in prisons and stuff like that. So part of the justice reform deal.
Right. But before we even bring in our guest that we're dying to bring in, Scott, we have to also ask Scott. He just came back from Italy.
Oh yeah, I just did real quick. I'll be fast. I had a great time, and we went in Sicily. We were there. We went up. I got back together with my old Floyd bandmates, Mashan and Gary Wallace, and we went there and we played with this band called Pink's One. They've been doing it. It was great. They were all sold out shows. We played. They were either historic landmarks or these ancient ruins. They were fantastic.
Wow.
We're treated like kings. They were so beautiful. We stayed in a beautiful hotel right in Sicily, right there on the water in the old town. And those people were so nice to us. And it was crazy because, we land, we get in, and there's posters of us all over the place. It was like a big deal. So I'm thanking all those people, and all those people in Italy were so kind. And man, we dined every night with incredible food, and it was a real, I'm very thankful. And it was a wonderful, kind of gift after all the craziness that's going on. So
that has been incredible.
That's amazing. I mean, the food, you cannot beat the food.
No, you can't beat the food in Italy. No, especially there. It was all seafoods and oh my God. And the pasta and just, it was great. So I had a blast.
Yeah. I'm hungry too.
I know. I was like,
I know you're getting me like thinking some real true Italian food.
Well, we could go the other side and go a little on the Jamaica side.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
who's gonna introduce our guest? Sheila, you should.
I'll introduce him.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is such a pleasure. I met this young man and realized his talent, and not even really knowing where he comes from and who his family is. But he is from the Marley family, Bob Marley, grandson of Bob Marley. His father is Stephen Marley. And he is working on his music, his career. And here, I guess the best way I could say, this is Hymn Marley.
Yay, him.
Welcome to the Rock and Talk Show.
Thanks,
How are
man.
you?
Thank you for having me. I'm well. How are you all?
Thank you
We're
for being here.
excellent.
So where are you right now?
Closer to you guys. I am actually in Miami.
I
I'm
can look
in-
by the colors, right? The colors.
Oh yeah. I'm at World Famous Sound. We're working on the album, so I hopped on and joined you all. How's it going?
Is that your home, Miami, or are you just working there now?
A bit of both, you know, back and forth. I go to LA, Jamaica, Miami, New York, and I'm working everywhere I go. So home is wherever I am.
Well, I mean, the question we got to know, I mean, first of all, you know, your family's legacy is like unparalleled and it's incredible. And the music has moved and changed the world. Like you're a Marley. What is it like growing up as a Marley?
Growing up Marley.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's this question is so funny. Where so, like everybody else, I think the best way to explain it is that my breaks consisted of tour bus and shows and you know, kind of just meeting thousands of people every night until I had to go back to school. That's really the secret. I don't, you know.
Well, you know, but him, you know, part of what you had told me too is this like incredible, it's the spirituality, it's the feeling, your family connection, and through the music, you guys are all so incredibly close and what you got to experience.
Yeah.
I mean, that was something that really resonated with me when you talked about it.
Yeah, we are very, very close family. We're very close.
I went and saw the other day Ziggy was doing all the, you know, songs of your grandfather in Michigan here, and it was just incredible. You know, Rohan, like, you know, we hooked up and went to the show, and I was just blown away. I mean, he just brought it. It was like, I mean, even like late into the show, I had to pee really bad, but I was like, I don't want to go pee because I'm not. It was one of those shows where I didn't miss any of it, and I watched from beginning to end because it was just like bam, bam, bam. I was like, I'm not even gonna, like, you know, I'm just gonna hold it and watch this whole show.
Yeah. Totally. That I have the same experience from a child to, you know, an adult. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
How old were you? You knew your grandfather, yes or no?
No, none of his grandkids.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, you know, I was very fortunate to be one of the producers and be a part of Reggae on the River for decades. And honestly, I mean, your father, Peter Tosh, and basically like Reggae on the River changed my life. And it really would have never, it was such a beautiful gathering of people, both artists and patrons coming to pay homage to really what your grandfather and your dad and your uncles and everybody sort of carried on. And it's just incredible. So, you know, thank you to you and your family's legacy for all.
And thank you for being a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, Sheila sent over a presentation kind of about your, you know, the family and what you're doing with your business and kind of everything. And I got to tell you, it's very compelling. I mean, when I read that whole document, I was like, wow, I think there's a really very interesting thing in the way that you're handling your business. And I just think it's, you guys have a really unique story to tell.
Yes.
And again, I'm, you know, for me, I was looking at it from the NFT space. So that was the first thing I said to Sheila, because that's where myself and Sheila are living in that world right now. And I said, that is the perfect for everything that's in that document is exactly what needs to happen right now. So I think you guys are going to have a very bright future in this new world, in the Web3 world. I think you can own that like big time.
Thank you. I find out more about it, I believe I will second your sentiment.
Well,
like,
you're
like the song.
it's the way, it's the
I
future.
know a bit about NFT, but I'm not so. And you know what? Actually, you might be the perfect person to kind of just educate me on what I do not.
Will.
Just not right here. Just not right here. No offense, Scott. No offense. We love you.
I wanted to ask you,
It's
take
so
wanna ask you
funny.
that-
We always cut him off on that. We're like, no, not
Yeah,
here.
we're
not
always
here, not here."
interrupting each
But,
other.
down
you
into
know,
Central.
I got a question.
The Central
But I
Console.
want to ask
Kenny,
you a question, 'cause the
Kenny, go with
song
your
that you
question.
played- yeah, the song you played when we were doing like a little sound check earlier. Like, are you working on a new record right now with like the selected new songs? Because that was such an amazing song. I'm excited to hear what you're working on with your new project and stuff.
Thank you. So to kind of touch on the song for a second, it's a song that I have my younger brother Johan featuring on, and that was my first EP. So the 5 songs on it, I released it literally right before COVID, and COVID hit, so I couldn't at the time go out and do it. But now that everything is back, I am actually in the process of wrapping up my first album. So
Right on.
Yeah.
so
wait to
yes,
hear it all.
many more to come. Yes, absolutely.
You want to sing us a song?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Let's do it. Let's go with it. Why don't you sing that? Sing that tune. It's all yours.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And just for who doesn't know, this song is called "You Don't Even Love Me Anymore," and let's dive right in. Take your time with me, 'cause I know I don't know you this time. Oh, I so shy. You call on me when you wanna pass her by. I don't know why. Oh, not this time, but now I know you don't even love. You don't even love me. You don't even love me no more, but I still show up at your door. You don't even love me no more, and that's what makes me want more. You don't even love me no more, but I still show up at your door. You don't even love me no more, and that's what makes me want more. Is this an obsession with you? Oh, what am I going through? The motions are the notions with you. Oh, throughout all the bad we went through. Can't believe we saying it's true. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Looked you in your eyes, I knew that was the last thing I do. When you don't even love. You don't even love me. Oh, you don't even love me no more, but I still show up at your door. You don't even love me no more, and that's what makes me want more. You don't even love me no more, but I still show up at your door. You don't even love me no more, and that's what makes me want more. You don't even love. You don't even love me.
Yeah, man.
That is such a good song.
And that guitar player, the guy,
Right,
down
right?
Absolutely. Let me shine a light on.
Shine the light on that
Ready
guy.
to go.
Yo.
From
Dude,
guitar
your
player
time
to
is
guitar
really
player,
good, man. You got good time,
awesome.
brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
That was
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
that was
Actually,
awesome.
he is who I am. He's a big part of the album, Ren's.
Right on.
And yeah. So that's exciting stuff. You guys are
Part of that signature sound.
Yeah,
part of
you
the
went to
signature.
reggae on the river many times. You got any specific memories or stories or
Use your microphone.
Yeah, some happened to your volume off.
Sorry, I forgot.
Uh,
I was
Yeah.
saying, him, you've been to Reggae on the River like many times. Do you have any particular memories or anything that stands out from Reggae on the River?
I think the amazing part of experiencing reggae on the river is that every time I go, it's special. But I would say I think my younger years when I'm really able to see my dad and my aunts and uncles and everybody kind of just doing what they love to do. It's inspiring, and Reggae on the River has obviously been a very pivotal part of those experiences. So I think that's it for me. Just the whole every experience. There's not one. Reggae on the River knocks it out every time. So yeah, man.
I have crazy memories of all of you as little kids running around backstage and in the hospitality area, and that's a memory that I have of the crew that came with your dad and your uncles, and one year we had the whole family at Reggae on the River. It was beautiful.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and I'm sure many more.
Yeah.
There will be many more.
Right.
Forward.
Yeah. I just like to know, did you always know music was be your direction? And two, outside of music, what drives you business wise? What is your passion business wise outside of music?
Those are very good questions. Did I always know music was what I wanted to do? Yes and no. You know, so when my dad and uncles, when we were more in Jamaica for Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, we used to sit at the front of the Bob Marley Museum, my brothers and my cousins and I, and we always just sang for fun, you know, like little kids. I'm talking like 5, 6, 7. And then when I came to America and experienced more like TV shows and just the different cultures in terms of nature and entertainment in America, I kind of drifted off to wanting to act, but I always came back to music. So, you know, yes, but I had other interests in the arts, such as acting. And the second question was what drives me. What was the second question?
Like business wise, outside of music, what might be your passion?
Outside of music, what might be a passion? Well, I definitely have always been into film and television and always wanted to get into that space. You know, it's something that I've always been around. From even as far as I could remember, you know, cameras and obviously with it's a part of the music. So just that I want to do everything, you know what I mean?
That's a really good combination for where you are right now, right? Especially with Web3 and stuff coming on and where things are at. It's like having those skills on top of the skills that you have with the music. It's like it's a perfect scenario, right? That's like a good thing for you right now. So that's great to hear.
Right. So Hymn, talk about, I mean, you are really good at this. You are an executive producer developing a show with your cousin. So you could talk a little bit about that, and also the biopic that's coming out about your grandfather, right? Yes. And you're pursuing that. So like, you know, just talk about this experience, but you have really pursued it. You've done incredibly well at moving into the space, and it is the other passion that you have.
Totally. So with the show, we have done some exciting stuff in terms of bringing just this family and all of our different passions to the camera. And I am one of the executive producers of this project. I won't give too much away because I want you guys to see the journey from, you know, where it starts to go. Yeah. But I will say that it's my cousin Justice, Ziggy's first daughter, and Zuri, his other daughter, and Selah, who is Rohan and Lauryn Hill's daughter, and myself. So it's the four of us. And I will let you guys wait and see. I will definitely let you wait and see for that. But it's good. It's all coming along as it should.
I keep forgetting to hold my mic. I'm not used to that. Yeah. How long do we have to wait?
We're you know, it's a process.
All good things come to he who waits. So, you know, it's gonna be good.
I like that answer. Good answer.
Worth the wait. I will say that. Yeah.
Hey, we're getting down towards the end of the show. You guys got another song? You want to play something else?
I actually do. We actually do. So this is the second song from off of my EP. It's called I Do. and let me know what you think of it after. Ready? Let's go. I'm not afraid that if I let you go, I won't see you again, cause I know that you want me to. I know these days are so longer, my friend, but I know that I'll see you, cause I know that you want me to. Tell me you love me, tell me you want me, tell me you need me. I do, I do, I do. Tell me you love me, tell me you want me, tell me you need me. I do. Oh, I do, I do, I do, yeah. I do, I do, I do, yeah. I do, I do, I do, yeah. Tell me you love me too. You take my breath away. I know I'm under your spell. I can't keep track of you. Running circles around my mind. Running circles up. If I fall and I fail for you, you do what no one else can do. So tell me, tell me, tell me you love me. Tell me you want me. Tell me you need me. I do, I do, I do. Tell me you love me. Tell me you want me. Tell me you need me. I do, I do, I do. Oh, I do, I do, I do, yeah. I do, I do, I do, yeah. I do, I do, I do, yeah. Tell me you love me too. Tell me you love me too.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love that song.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love that
great.
guitar player.
Great.
Great.
Scott's just trying to get on his good side so he can talk NFTs.
Love it.
Wow. So are those your original songs? Did you write those?
Yeah. So, You Don't Even Love Me. I did the writing for that song first, and one day my brother Johan came into the studio and just messing around. He kind of was just like, both of us were just like jamming to it, and he started spitting his verse, and then the rest is history. So I'm so grateful that he put his talent on that record. And I do for about a year before we recorded it with the guys that I did for that project. So yes, I write what I sing.
How far along are you in this project, the recording project?
We're almost there. We are almost there. Yeah.
So here's, I'm sorry, David. I don't want to talk over you.
No, you were talking over him, not me.
It's over him. But him's going to come out here and, want to play at places like the Mint, and he's got Malibu Soho House, right?
Yes. We just did a show in last month at the Soho House here in Miami.
Oh, nice.
At the Soho House.
We can definitely set up the Mint. No problem. That'll be fun.
Dope.
Are you going to be on the Jam Rock Reggae cruise?
I'm in the process of doing the album. So hopefully, if we're not shooting music videos or gearing up to, I'll be on there. If not, I will definitely catch you at one of them.
But you're also, isn't your dad, Stephen, is touring in 2023, right?
Yes. Tentatively, but yes.
Tentatively, yes.
Well, he's doing the Jam Rock Reggae cruise for sure.
Absolutely.
And so is Damien and a whole bunch of other amazing. It's a great lineup. They just announced it. I'll be on the cruise.
Well, see, this is why David's asking about it, because he's going to be there.
I'm going to be on the cruise, so I figure we'll hang if I am, and you are.
And you will be in Miami for before the cruise, or do you come the day of the cruise?
No, we're coming the day before.
Okay, so we'll try to figure something out while you're here.
For sure.
If I'm not on it by then, I'll be I'll be able to. Otherwise, I'll definitely catch you while you're here.
Excellent. Well, gosh, I mean, this is like we're pretty much there. We're like almost at the end of the show, and it was a fun show.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who goes next?
Okay, I said we'll definitely have to connect down in Miami too. Rohan and I've been talking about coming down there, this winter, maybe this fall or winter too. So let's definitely connect.
Yes, please. I'll be here.
Yeah, we're definitely working on some things potentially for So Art Basel week there, that first week at end of November, December, first week in December
Right.
time frame there. So we definitely want to connect up with everybody, and maybe there's some things we might be able to do together in the, I don't want to say it, the NFT space.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, I'm one phone call away. I am one.
But no, there's going to be musical performances. There's all kinds of things. But him, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming on the show.
It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you,
Thank you
brother.
all for having me.
Thank you. Yes.
And let's a round of
And
applause.
thank you to Ronaldo. Yes, adorable.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys,
Groovemeister.
much love and respect. That was
Yeah.
You guys, speaking of Basil, Art Basil, you know, our associate producer Eric Loy, he'll be like that. He's in the art business, so he's there every year, and he'll be there too.
I had no idea.
I'm going to Martha's Vineyard in a week. I'm going to be staying with Eric. I'm going to be hanging out over there with Eric and Chris.
You're just
Why
a
are
jet
we
setter,
not
dude.
going?
That's it.
I
Can't
know.
wait.
Cruises,
Really.
art shows, freaking
The
You
hell.
got
Boss
Eric's
tour.
number. Oh yes. Well,
my
him, thank you again. And yes, we appreciate it. We'll all stay in
Yeah, man.
touch for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Any like, where do people find you? Like, how do they, what?
Everywhere. I kept it simple at Hymn Marley on all platforms. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know what they're using today, but whatever it is, it's at Hymn Marley.
How do you spell that? H-Y, what is it?
HYMN.
Okay,
Like
just like him,
him.
right? Okay,
Like
good.
him. Like
Which
a
is
him.
Not like
Beautiful.
H-I-M, not him, Marley. I just wanted to make sure the audience knew.
Right.
Yes.
HYMN. Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Yes.
All right, you guys. On that note, him, don't go away just yet. We're gonna close the show out. Anything anyone wants to say before I run the closing
Yeah.
credits?
Thank you all for joining. And wait, the next time we do this, I'll be on tour with Fishbone somewhere in the United States.
Okay.
We start a tour on September 2nd and wrap up on September 11th in New York. So I don't know where I'll be, but
Okay.
you know, I'm on
You'll
the
be right
move.
here with all of us, Norwood. right here in
You
the
are
heart.
bona funkified.
Bonafide.
But hey, yeah, amazing show. The crew, him. Thank you all. Thank y'all for watching. And let's wrap this baby up.
Yeah.
See you next time on the Rock and Talk Show Beyond Backstage with your hosts Norwood Fisher, Kenny Olson, Scott Page, Stephen Perkins, Sheila Conlon, and David Moss. Executive producers Sheila Conlon and David Moss. Producer and director Eric Lloyd. Assistant producer and creative director Mark Armentano. Editor Graham Cooper. Theme music by ThinkX. Sponsors IK Multimedia and Lewitt Microphones. Artist Relations TPI Films. Special thanks to From the Earth, ThinkX, The Conlon Company, and Mac. Check us out on YouTube /The Rock and Talk Show, Facebook and Instagram at The Rock and Talk Show.